The first thing Ryan noticed wasn't the silence in the penthouse office, or the view of Chicago's skyline stretching endlessly beyond the glass walls. It was the photograph on the screen, a private image that wasn't meant for anyone else to see. A woman without makeup. Hair loose. Eyes tired. A softness that the world would never associate with the ruthless CEO of a billion-dollar tech company. And when she realized what he had seen, she didn't fire him. She didn't yell. She simply looked at him and asked, in a voice that barely held together, "Am I pretty?" Before we step into this story, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet miracles that happen between broken people, like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this remind us that even in the most unexpected places, humanity still breathes. Ryan Carter never imagined he would be standing on the 47th floor of one of Chicago's tallest buildings. He was just a freelance IT technician trying to keep his life from collapsing. After losing his wife, Hannah, to a sudden illness 3 years earlier, his world had narrowed down to two things: his 8-year-old daughter, Sophie, and his aging toolbox. Every morning he packed Sophie's lunch, braided her hair with clumsy hands, and whispered promises that he would always come back home. But money was tight. Freelance gigs didn't always pay on time. Some weeks, the refrigerator echoed with emptiness. Still, Ryan refused to let Sophie see his fear. He smiled when she talked about becoming an astronaut. He clapped when she showed him crooked drawings. He was father and mother, strength and softness, all at once. That morning, he received a call from Grant & Holt Technologies, a powerhouse corporation led by CEO Victoria Hayes. Her assistant had spoken quickly, urgently. The entire executive system had crashed hours before a major investor presentation. They needed someone discreet and fast. Ryan almost declined. Corporations intimidated him. But Sophie needed new school shoes, and the electricity bill was overdue. Victoria Hayes was everything the headlines claimed she was. Sharp, composed, untouchable. At 38, she had built her empire from a small software startup into a national name. Magazines in the United States called her the ice architect of Silicon strategy. She wore precision like armor. No one saw her falter. When Ryan entered her office, she barely looked at him. Her voice was efficient, clipped, professional. He began working silently, fingers flying over the keyboard, diagnosing corrupted files and rebooting systems. Technology made sense to him. Machines were easier than people. Machines didn't leave you without warning. It happened in a moment of routine troubleshooting. As he navigated through temporary folders to recover a deleted presentation file, an image flashed on the screen before he could close it. It was Victoria. Not the polished executive from magazine covers. This photo was taken in soft morning light. She wore a plain sweater. No makeup. Her hair fell naturally around her shoulders. Her eyes looked unsure, almost vulnerable. It wasn't posed for publicity. It felt like a private moment. Ryan froze, immediately minimizing the window, guilt burning up his neck. But it was too late. Victoria had seen his reaction. The air shifted. She walked slowly around the desk and looked at him, not like a CEO evaluating an employee, but like a woman standing on the edge of something fragile. Her voice wasn't sharp now. It was barely above a whisper when she asked him if she was pretty. For a man who had spent years drowning in grief and unpaid bills, that question felt heavier than any corporate crisis. Ryan saw then what the world never noticed. Behind her flawless posture was exhaustion. Behind her success was loneliness. The image he had accidentally seen wasn't about beauty. It was about doubt. He thought of Sophie asking him once if her missing front tooth made her look funny. He remembered kneeling down and telling her she was beautiful exactly as she was. So he answered Victoria the only way he knew how, honestly, gently. He told her that the photo was the most real thing he had seen all day. That in a world obsessed with perfection, authenticity was rare. That yes, she was beautiful, not because of makeup or headlines, but because she looked human. Something in her expression cracked. Victoria had built walls so high that even success couldn't climb over them. Investors admired her. Competitors feared her. Employees respected her. But no one had ever spoken to her without wanting something in return. Ryan wanted nothing. Over the next hour, as he restored her system, the silence between them softened. She asked about his life. He mentioned Sophie, cautiously at first, then with quiet pride. He told her about bedtime stories and burnt pancakes. About hospital rooms and learning how to braid hair from YouTube tutorials. For the first time in years, Victoria listened to someone who wasn't pitching an idea or asking for approval. She listened to a father who had lost everything and still chose to show up every day. When the presentation file was finally recovered, applause erupted from outside the office as executives prepared for the meeting. But inside, something far more important had shifted. Victoria surprised herself by offering Ryan a permanent position as head of internal IT support. Flexible hours, stable salary, benefits. It wasn't charity. She said she valued loyalty and integrity. He had both. Ryan hesitated. Corporate life still scared him. But Sophie's worn-out shoes came to mind. So did the possibility of stability. He accepted. Months passed. Ryan thrived in his new role. He brought warmth into sterile hallways. Employees noticed the way he spoke about his daughter. Victoria began allowing herself small human moments, laughing at his awkward dad jokes, asking about Sophie's school projects, even attending a charity tech workshop he organized for underprivileged kids in Chicago. And slowly, the woman who once asked if she was pretty began to see herself differently. One evening, after a successful company expansion announcement, Victoria stood by the same glass window overlooking the city. She caught her reflection, not perfect, not flawless, but strong. Human. Downstairs, Ryan was waiting to take Sophie home after she finished showing off her science fair ribbon in the lobby. Victoria watched the little girl hug her father tightly, pure joy radiating between them. That was beauty. Not magazine covers. Not stock prices. But connection. Before we close this story, I want to ask you something deeply personal. If this story touched your heart, if you believe that even the strongest people sometimes need reassurance, and that kindness can change lives, please like this video, share it, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And right now, before the ending, type the word humanity in the comments if you believe authenticity is more powerful than perfection. Because sometimes, all it takes to heal someone's hidden wounds is an honest answer to a fragile question. In a city as loud as Chicago, two lonely people found something quiet and life-changing, not romance born from fantasy, but respect born from truth. A single dad searching for stability. A CEO searching for self-worth. And in one accidental moment, when a private photo appeared on a glowing screen, both of them were reminded of something simple and eternal. Being real is beautiful.